Hi everyone, Marcel back with the polls. Today I'm going to go over my entire stack, an updated explanation behind everything I take and why. And I'm going to answer some questions along the way that I've gotten about these specific supplements from people. People have asked about specific supplements many times. I've posted about them before individually, but I wanted to give you guys kind of a catch-all to cover most of these. Keep in mind, if you have questions, I started this week doing a live video. I'm probably going to try and do one every week for the next several weeks, see how that's going. So keep an eye out for those if you have questions. I'll try to announce them a little bit earlier. This week's was very last minute because I was just hitting 30,000 subscribers and wanted to say something to people. And that happened, but I don't think we collected a lot of people in the chat room during the live video, so I wasn't able to answer as many questions as I would like to answer from people. Want to be responsive and want to answer your questions. So I want to go over the whole list again. It's increased by a little bit. I'm up to 17 things now that I take on a daily basis. I'll talk a little bit about the protocol. Today's not so much about the other things, diet and exercise. I've spoken at length about my fitness programs and about my tennis. And I know some people are like, get back to the supplements. So that's what we'll do today. We're going to zero in on the supplements that I take. The first thing I started taking about 4.5 years ago was Resveratrol. This is a highly debated supplement, but I've stuck with it, and I'll tell you why. I've changed the dosage a few times, but I'm right now at about 500 milligrams of resveratrol, maybe a little bit more than a scoop, and I continue to take it. And the reason I continue to take it is because I took it for a year without taking any other supplements. That's when my experience with improvements, with health improvements began. I began to lose weight. I pretty immediately began to recover faster from sports. I was able to play tennis 2-3 times a week as opposed to maybe 1 time a week at best, and then have a longer recovery time. So resveratrol was pretty clear that it agreed with me quite well from the get-go. So I'm happy that I still take it, and I believe in it. I believe it's helpful, but I don't take too much of it, and I take it with other things, and I take it with yogurt. I mix it in, and I don't take it on days when I take more Fisetin. So that's where I stand with resveratrol. NMN, everybody who's ever watched this channel knows it's by far my favorite supplement. It's been hugely beneficial for me. I've tracked, not only from myself, but from hundreds and even thousands of other comments over the past 3 years. I'm now approaching 200 videos, and a lot of people have chimed in about NMN and other supplements and their own benefits. Generally, we're looking at about 18 to 20 improvements that are quite widespread throughout the community. That's just astounding. I'm going to make a video specifically again about those improvements. Every couple months somebody states something that I go, oh yeah, I noticed that too. There are a lot of things that we're all experiencing in regards to taking NMN, and I'm 3 years on that one. I did start taking TMG at the time I started taking NMN. It's got a lot of science and a track record in and of itself. TMG is taken by a lot of people in sports and fitness and weightlifting, and it has an extensive safety and efficacy track record behind it. So it's said by David Sinclair and others to be beneficial to manage your methylation if you take NMN. It's a good idea to take TMG, so I just always have. I've taken 1 gram of it a day. I take it twice a day, 2 capsules, and I've seen no downsides to taking TMG. I can't say that there's somebody asked me recently, we're talking about the questions, what do you experience taking TMG? And it's really just peace of mind, because I can't say I feel any different before or after taking it. Many of these supplements I do pretty immediately feel something, but with TMG I don't, but I don't feel worse. CA-AKG is something else that I take twice a day, and I do feel better after I take it. Every time after I take it, about 30 minutes later, I feel just a little more comfortable, a little more youthful. It's a nice feeling. I used to take it once a day. I like it so much, I started taking it twice a day. It doesn't interfere with sleep or fitness or anything else that I can tell. Hyaluronic acid. I take that based on Vera Gorbunova. I've certainly had skin and bone and joint improvements that correlate to the time I've been taking hyaluronic acid. I do believe in it. I can't say that I feel something immediately when I take it, but I'm a big fan of it. Matter of fact, then I started to take Sirt6 Activator because, well, it's natural, it's seaweed. It comes from the Vera Gorbunova lab as well, with a lot of her science research behind it. I still take Sirt6 Activator, and I do take it twice a day, and I'm a fan of it. I believe it probably helps, but I can't say that right after I take it, I feel an immediate change. All of these, except for the multivitamin, I take all of these from Do Not Age. You can use my code ThePulse. As a matter of fact, there's a new link in the description that makes things a little cleaner. It just takes you to the product page. You can choose what you want. If you want to see the list of the things I take, it's behind that single link. So it's just something I'm experimenting with, a little change to see if it's easier for people to get what they want and see the information consolidated in one place of what I'm taking and how much I'm taking, and decide for yourselves. So let me know how that works for you. I also take the D, K, and magnesium from Do Not Age. There is a ton of science showing benefits to vitamin D and magnesium. I actually consume, or use, I should say, 3 different types of magnesium. That's in an upcoming video as well. This is one of the types I take or use. I'll talk more about magnesium, but I am a big fan for people in athletics, for aging people especially. Using magnesium wisely, I think, is a super smart move that's going to help you improve your performance and the way you feel when you're exercising. So I'll talk more about that. And D and K are just great together. All of these 3 synergize with each other, and it's very convenient that they're offered by Do Not Age. My own mother takes these, and along with a few other things, by the way. So I recently saw that she was taking a different magnesium and suggested she switch over to this one, and she did. Apigenin I take. A lot of the research behind Apigenin is quite positive, and I haven't felt worse at all taking it, so I continue to take Apigenin, but it's not something, again, that I feel a change right after I take it. Same with Sulforaboost. By the way, Apigenin exists naturally in parsley flakes. Sulforaboost, which is Do Not Age's form of sulforaphane, it exists in a lot of broccoli sprouts and other vegetables as well. I try to eat the things I take when I can. I don't get a lot of broccoli sprouts in my diet throughout the year, so it's nice to be able to get sulforaphane that way. Collagen. I definitely noticed an improvement in my skin, nail, and hair growth after taking collagen, and it was pretty quick. It was 2-3 weeks after I started collagen, so I've stuck with collagen. A lot of great science behind it. Do Not Age offers one that doesn't have any taste. I put it in my coffee every morning. Big fan of collagen. Fisetin, probably after NMN, easily my second favorite supplement. I love Fisetin. I've talked about it many times here. It's shocking to me how much of a difference it makes. On the days I'm going to do extensive fitness, I increase my Fisetin and I have more stamina that day. It's just a big win taking Fisetin. Can't recommend it enough. I won 2 matches yesterday in a tennis tournament. I mentioned I was playing. Speaking of tennis again, I did win both matches yesterday. I did take 3 Fisetins in the morning, and my ranking continues to climb. I give a lot of credit to Fisetin for helping me sustain that level of performance throughout 4 hours of tennis. I do take Quercetin. It exists in a lot of the foods that Resveratrol does. It's very similar to Fisetin. It's very good at controlling senescent cells. I take it along with Fisetin, usually 1 dose of each per day. But on the days that I increase Fisetin, I don't take, as I said, Quercetin and Resveratrol. It was always interesting to me when they were talking first about Resveratrol, because they would talk about the foods that it exists naturally in. And I thought, aren't there other molecules in those foods that we could be taking as well? And so this is kind of the approach by taking Fisetin and Quercetin as well. Creatine. Oh my gosh, has it made a difference to my muscle mass? I mean, I'm feeling way better, looking way better. I even had the guts to take my shirt off in a recent video. I'm looking better with creatine. Some recent science has shown that it's great for the brain as well in aging adults. It can help fight off or prevent Alzheimer's disease in adults. So creatine is just a big win. I even stopped taking it a couple times because I thought it was working too fast, but I'm taking it again, 5 grams a day. Love creatine. Omega-3. It is the most studied supplement on the market. There are loads of good studies pointing to benefits for taking omega-3s, especially if you're consuming omega-6 fats, because you want an even balance between those two fats. I would be very cautious about listening to some of the studies pointing to potential heart disease being associated or caused by omega-3. I don't believe it. A lot of scientists don't believe it. I think a lot of it is clickbait and just making noise to get people to pay attention to you. I would be very careful to believe anything negative about omega-3 fish oils because I've been doing fine with them. I do take them once a day, not twice now. I also eat fish regularly. So that's pretty much my 2 cents on omega-3. I do take it. Glycine NAC. I love NAC. I love NAC. I've been taking the one from Do Not Age for over a year, and I've barely gotten sick at all. A lot of people report that from NAC, and I've become a big fan. I believe in it. I like taking it every day. I feel good taking it. And since the FDA had tried to ban that one, and it remains a supplement, it's probably a good signal that it does something for you. I do take that multivitamin that I get just at a pharmacy. With a lot of things. The reason I take a multivitamin is just to close any gaps to avoid anything like a zinc deficiency or, not getting enough of vitamin E or something like that are usually in a good multivitamin. So I'm just trying to plug holes in any areas I might not be covering. CoQ10, this is something that Dr. Shi found with people that were taking NMN. There's this 10 to 20% that their NAD levels don't go up. And he found that if you give them CoQ10, the NAD levels do go up. So it synergizes well with NMN. I've been taking it, again, feel great. I don't feel any major change that I can specifically say correlates to CoQ10, but I haven't felt worse for sure. If anything, there has been improvements that I've noticed since starting CoQ10. So I'm kind of a fan. That's rising on my rankings. I think there is a lot of potential for health benefits for CoQ10, so you should probably look into that supplement. It's too early for me to say much. I just recently started taking the Probiotic from Do Not Age. It's kind of an experiment. I wanted to see if I felt any worse. I do not. Matter of fact, I think my digestion has improved, my overall gut health a bit. I'm handling foods, it seems, a lot better. I've only been taking it about a week, so it's very early when it comes to the probiotic, but they've done the research on that, and it works in a few different ways. So I think that's worth looking into as well. So that's the whole list of 17. Most of these, again, from Do Not Age. It's convenient for me. I trust them. I don't feel any worse taking these. I feel like all of these supplements synergize well together. You can take certainly less of them. You're probably not going to feel ill effects. I haven't had any problems sleeping. My recovery from sports is through the roof. I exercise every day. I played those 2 matches yesterday, 4 hours of tennis. I got up today and I'm going to go do sprints and jump rope because I still feel great, which to me is unbelievable. That would have never been the case 3-4 years ago. And so many people have said they've experienced the same kinds of changes. So I think my routine is going well. I'll talk more about other things that will help your recovery beyond just supplementing and eating healthy because I do certain types of stretches and I do use magnesium, as I've said. There are some other ways that you can recover better beyond just supplements, but certainly I'm recovering worlds better when I exercise, especially when I really go at it hard with my current protocol. I appreciate you guys hanging in there and watching this till the end. I'll see you again very soon. Don't forget to keep an eye out for my live video again next week. Thanks for watching.